42. Calculate the equilibrium constant at 25 degrees Celsius for each of the following reactions from the value of the delta G notch given. Okay, so we have CS2 gas yields CS2 liquid, all right, with a Gibbs free energy, a delta G notch of negative 1.88 kilojoules. Now in this case, we want to find out that equilibrium constant. Remember, the equilibrium constant is a K value. Now, there's only really one formula that links a K value to a delta G. Two variations, just depending on what variable you're actually solving for. In this instance, we're solving for K, so it's easiest to memorize the formula as this. K equals the E button on the calculator, all raised to the negative delta G divided by RT. So let's start plugging in things. Let's start with the R value, mainly because it's not given, because it's a constant number. The R value in this case, since we're dealing with energy, is 8.314. The units for the R value is joules per mole times Kelvin. So that's why, just know these units, because these units will help you as far as what other units are allowed in the equation. So for example, a Kelvin is here. That's what has to be for the temperature, but they gave it to us in Celsius, but that's okay. I could take my 25 degrees Celsius and just quickly convert it into Kelvin, right? We just add 273. More specifically, it's 273.15, just to get a little bit more specific answer. So we'll get 298.15. That's room temp. And now, once again, let me just get rid of that. In the R value, joule is allowed. But for our delta G value, they gave it to us in kilojoules. So I'm going to have to convert kilojoules into joules. Kilojoules into joules, we always multiply by 1,000. Similarly, you can take this decimal and move it to the left. Sorry, just kidding. Move it to the right 3 places. I still have to hold my hands up, with the L's and know which way is left and right. So anyway, move it to the right 3 times. So this would be a negative 1,880 joules. And that's now the number that's going in for your delta G. Everything is accounted for here, so let's just plug it in. K equals E raised to the negative something. Now, there's another negative for the delta G. Keep in mind that there was a negative in the formula. So it's going to be a negative 1,880, and then I'm going to divide it by those two values, the 8.314, and then times it by 298.15. Now, the easiest thing to do is simplify this as one number. Then I can use the E button and raise it to the one number. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say K equals E. Let's see what that one number is. Now remember, a negative times a negative is a positive. So I'm not even going to write any negatives in my calculation. I'm just going to say 1880 divided by 8.314. And now if I want to get that 298.15 in the denominator, and I'm not using any parentheses, I have to say divide. If you press multiply, they'll think that the 298 is on the top, on the numerator. So we want to make sure that the calculator understands. 298.15. Press enter, and you get a big decimal. So it's 0.7584 with a bunch of other numbers after it. Now keep in mind that this is not the final answer, so when you do the next step, which is the E to the, make sure that you add all the values in your answer. So in this case, I'm going to say K equals, let's actually now do this calculation, second ln, that's the E button, and I'm just going to pull that decimal from the top, press enter, there it all is, and I'm going to press enter. And there you go. Sig figs now. Let's see, I had 3 sig figs in my delta G, 5 over here, 4 for my R value, so 3 it is, lowest number possible. So it's not lowest number, but lowest number of sig figs total. So 2.13. And that is the final answer. That's it, guys. What do you think? Yeah, this is the end for this one. I really hope this is helping you out. Let me know in the comments. And if you haven't been a subscriber yet, please consider subscribing, pressing the button. We're almost at 25,000 subscribers, and it just helps get the word out there that this educational channel exists. We love helping you out. My brother and I, we really do appreciate all you guys who watch the video, who comment, down below. Thank you so much, and let's just keep learning. All right? I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.